In today's ever-connected world, every aspect of our daily life relies on more data, more devices, and more connections. Have you thought about the consequences cyberattacks could have on our networks, our organizations, and our infrastructure? When targeting industrial facilities, consequences can be dramatic. The rise of digital needs in industrial operations has increased the interconnection between plants and offices. As a result, recent years have seen a rising number of attacks on operational technology environments. Attacks can stem from multiple situations. Most common are USB drives and email phishing.
To illustrate this risk, let's take a look at this miniature plant. The model includes a full industrial process and its control loop. It's a candy production factory. Using a pneumatic circuit, pressurized air flows through the plant and activates all of these cylinders. When we launch the compressor, you'll see the pressure will start to build up, and that's measured by this mechanical manometer and by this sensor over here. The pressure needs to be maintained between two operational limits. The valve over here requires a minimal pressure of 1.6 bar to function, and the structure itself cannot withstand a pressure higher than 2.2 bar. So let's start the compressor and see what happens. As you can see, the pressure is coming up and it will stop at 2.2 and stop. Okay, now the system's ready to go. So thanks to the pressure, the robot is coming across to grab this box, to lift it across to another part of the factory and get it ready for packing the candy. Candy is now in the box, and the robot is going to put the lid on top of the box and then put the whole thing on the conveyor belt. Let's watch that happen. So now that it's placed there, the conveyor belt is going to bring it out to the front of the workshop where another operator will be ready to press the stop button like I'm doing now. Okay, all this time the various instruments in the factory are being controlled by this cabinet over here. The Programmable Logic Controller, or PLC, is here. It's really the heart of the process control. It interprets data that's captured by the sensors and commands all of the components of the system, such as the robot arm and all of their actions. The human-machine interface up here, or HMI, is usually found over here in the control room. At all times, it gives the operators an up-to-date overall view of the process. Now let's imagine I'm in charge of the system's maintenance while it's running. So let's set it going. I need to connect my laptop to check modifications that were done while I was on vacation. So let's take a look. And I've got a lot of emails. Oh, did I get one from UPS? Opening the attachment. And what do you know? The plant has stopped. And the reason is simple. The document that I just opened contained an infected macro which sent a command to disable the programmable logical controller. Such vectors of infection are quite common in plants, especially where networks were designed 10 years or more ago and are now exposed to the external world. Systems could also be obsolete and out of support, so that software updates cannot or have not been applied. In plants, also, emergencies or the pressure of daily operations may be such that operators click quickly without thinking on malicious emails. As employees, the message is clear. When we receive an email, we have to think before clicking on a link or opening any attached document. What we've seen here is that the consequences can affect the real world, not just the virtual world of our computer. Let's check out another scenario. This time, imagine I'm a contractor working on the control system. Today I have to update the program that's running on the controller. I didn't have my laptop with me yesterday, so I finished it on my home computer and bought it on this USB drive. All I have to do now is to transfer it onto the system. So let's get the system running. And I plugged my USB key in. Everything's running normally. Strange, the compressor seems to be running for a long time, but my pressure is okay. What's going on? Ah! As you can see, we reached overpressure. I didn't know it, but I'd plugged in a removable media device that was infected with a dangerous malware designed to attack operational technology systems like this. It has two objectives. First of all, loss of view and then loss of control. By freezing the screen, operators may be led into thinking that the process is still operating under normal conditions. They are effectively blinded by the attack. Meanwhile, the USB device has also sent commands to the programmable logic controller, the PLC, telling it to raise the pressure as high as possible and not to stop. Soon, the pressure reaches dangerous levels and a safety incident has occurred. This is the kind of situation that may happen in industrial environments, especially where many contractors working on site and they've got access to systems. It may also happen when industrial computers have been delivered without antivirus software. And USB drives are commonly used everywhere to transport files in and out of the industrial systems. As employees, we must not plug or let somebody else plug non-checked USB keys into our company devices, especially where they're connected to industrial systems.
The attacks you just witnessed have been made possible through the exploitation of software vulnerabilities, which must be addressed. But in the end, it's people's behavior which triggered them. Anyone can be the vector of a cyber attack. Risks are high, and behaviors matter. Remain vigilant. On OT, think twice when having visitors, plugging in a removable media, connecting an unknown computer, installing non-trusted software, clicking on a link or on an attached file in an email. Whenever you observe a cyber incident, report it. Call your help desk for immediate assistance. Can't contact help desk? Report straight to CSIRT@airliquide.com.